Wait, just one of those days. Just one of those days.
You didn't know that's the lyrics?
She goes hard with that one day.
I only know that one.
Just one of those days.
I hear you're doing fine. My heart's in jail, well, it's still doing time. Inside your hands, you hold the key, but you probably lost it in your car's backseat. I'm not letting go of nothing when I'm still holding on to everything, and I'm not letting go of nothing when I'm still holding on to everything.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of JED Adventures. Today on the show, we have Benji. It's super excited. It's a super good time already. And Benji is composed of...
Oh, I'm Christian.
I am Haley.
What's up? I'm Evan.
So I'm really excited to have y'all guys on. First and foremost, I was really excited to have y'all on. I'm loving y'all's music. Y'all's sound is super dope, and it's an amazing sound that y'all have. So yeah, super stoked to have y'all. So let us know. I guess tell us more about Benji. How did y'all get started? I guess what is the origin story of what is Benji?
Origin story.
Dude, you want to tell it?
It's a lot. It's a little complex. We need a whiteboard. To
We
kinda,
got.
draw.
This is your
We
own
need
interview. We got
timeline.
time.
Y'all
It's
got
all
time?
good. We
You
got.
guys are like,
Do you want me to tell it?
It's weird, yeah.
So whatever, like you know,
Alright.
what y'all's version of the history of Benji, or what made y'all, you know, to what y'all are today, right now.
My version is we were born from these 8 stones. No, but
that's the truth.
actually, way back in the day. I say way back in the day. It's been about like 6-7 years. I don't know. Me and Christian used to play in a band together.
Okay.
And after that band broke up, we kind of like did various musical projects together, and finally we got contacted by another friend of ours named Lips, who plays in another band now, and he just told us that he wanted to start a band. So me and Christian, we were like, all right, sick, like we want to start a band. And it started out with me, Christian, Lips, and a drummer named Ryan, but it was very brief, and Ryan never got to play a show with us. Then soon after, we picked up Haley. When Haley joined the band, she had no idea how to play drums.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, she learned how to play drums like
Baby drums.
while playing in this band, and
It was super cute. Her dad came over and set up her drums for
He
her.
would stay at Tinka. He would drop me off, and then he wouldn't want to drive back, so he would just chill at Tinka Taco and just eat tacos in his truck all day. That was legit the funniest thing.
That's awesome.
and from there, like, eventually we started to get better, and started to get ready to play a show. Our first show we actually got to play. We played with this band called You Blew It,
Okay.
and
God.
we blew it.
It was so bad. Let me just tell you, it was the first show I ever played, and I didn't realize that I needed something under my drums to hold everything together. And
Gotcha.
so when I was playing, all of my cymbal stands fell forward.
Oh,
All of, like, the
no.
whole thing was breaking apart. Like,
Yeah.
legit, it was like doom, doom, doom. I was like, is anyone gonna grab me? They were just all chilling. The guy was chilling, sipping.
Just ghost
I
drumming.
was like, I know.
it was kind of rough, but after that, like, some time passed by. We switched and cycled through members, and this is where, like, Christian has to tell it, because I left because of school.
Okay.
But everything in between, like, I don't know, because I wasn't there.
So hop over to
Sweet.
Christian.
First to that point, Evan left, and then Lips left
Fell
too.
apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like me
So,
and Christian
Yeah,
that were.
and so we asked our friend Matt, who like I've known since we were kids, and we used to play in that same type band he was talking about earlier.
Mhm.
We asked him to join. He joined. He was cool with it, and so we did it for a while. And then our other friend Phil came in and replaced Evan pretty much fully.
Replacement.
I mean, like, they replaced. Alright, so in the first band me and Christian played,
Hold up.
in that first band, I replaced Phil, so they just kept replacing black dudes for black dudes. And I think they thought nobody would notice.
No one did. No one did. Like,
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible.
fuck.
It's like we need to have that minority
Yeah.
spin.
Something. Just something.
But pretty much we ran into that. We did that for a while. Probably about a year, maybe a year and a half. And then we started writing our first EP, Somewhere We Could Stay. And then, I guess nicely to put it, there was some conflict in between us.
Okay.
And so we asked Phil to go. And then...
Which, happens in
Yeah,
bands.
it happens.
It's kind of one of those things that you expect at some point. It's just...
Development of stuff.
Yeah, it
progression.
happens.
We kept it professional. Kept it
We did,
business.
yeah. And then, so we kept playing shows and stuff as a three-piece with her and our friend Matt.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually some other stuff led down to it, and our friend, we had to kick Matt out as well, in a nice way.
So
Yeah.
just going through the evolution of Benji.
Well, we cycled through a lot of people.
Cycle, yeah. But, so I guess this is the current lineup. I mean, it's probably the best it's been. We actually have another guitarist, too,
Okay.
Nick, but he's being an adult right now. So.
Okay. I got you.
Taking a little break, but
Gotcha.
he's
So
a ghost member.
I
This
guess.
is like the OG lineup.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Which is awesome. And like I said, y'all have a different sound, and y'all sound amazing, and it's very appealing. So I guess as Benji, how long has Benji been a thing, or timeline, like for a couple years? How many years has Benji or?
Well, we've been playing together, like we've been jamming together for like 4 years, but recently, like the last year or two, it's really kind of
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's really like the ball's been rolling and shit like
Start
that.
taking it more serious and try to
Gotcha.
actually shoot
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, gotcha. So, influences. Is there any specific influences that I guess singular that each one of y'all have that motivates y'all for music, and as a group, do y'all have a common, I guess influence, or you separately? What are y'all's influences?
We are all very diverse. I think we're all very
Yeah,
lucky as a
very.
band because we all come from very, very different backgrounds, so
Mhm.
I think that we all bring something different to the table collectively.
Yeah, it's really interesting because throughout the evolution of the band, I went from playing guitar to playing bass,
Gotcha.
and it's switching from guitar. I was approaching writing music a totally different way.
Mhm.
So I had a big influence from bands like Basement and Citizen and Ages
Okay.
for a while, and once I started playing bass, I kind of reeled it back and more of Pity Sex and more fuzzed out bands started coming
Different
to
approach
mind.
for
Yeah,
you. Gotcha.
just because I feel like I grew up and matured a little bit more, but also I'm playing bass, so why not make it? Why not make it something someone can hear?
Why not gear it towards that way? Okay. Yeah, and Haley, I guess do you have any?
Oh, well, I'm a little different. I come from, my dad's a drummer, so I come from, blues and Tejano that type of style of music.
Nice.
But I'm also grew up really heavily with jazz, so I'm influenced by Bad Bad Not Good. I'm influenced a lot by the Title Fight's drummer. Just a bunch of accumulation of people. I look to a lot of jazz and more technical music. Now I used to be into Citizen and all those other bands, but I feel like I'm becoming more listening to those more complex technical type of
Gotcha.
music, and definitely trying to hone in on little bits that they're bringing to the table. What can I pick out of this song and put into here?
Gotcha. Yeah, nice. And Christian?
It's everywhere.
Everywhere. It is one of those. It's here and there.
Covered this song for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess when I first started, I was probably 11 or 12.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with I skated a lot during that time. So I was listening to a lot of Operation Ivy and Common Rider, Left Over
Yeah.
Crack, a lot of that stuff, Anti-Flag.
Yeah.
And so that got me into playing bass at first.
Okay.
And then one day I was going through my sister's albums and I found a Blink album and it was just done.
Just changed it.
Done. I
Just
was
changed
like,
it all.
"God, what do I want to do?" So Yeah, I always like how Mark Hoppus and Blink was like his style when he was playing live and everything.
Yeah.
Just looked like he had a lot of fun and stuff.
Nice.
And I don't think it was until about like high school that I started taking more of like a serious look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And I started listening to, I guess, more alternative kind of, more like Jimmy Eat World and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
More Smashing Pumpkins, that kind
Nice.
of. And then I used to be like super tone deaf too.
Oh yeah.
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 Him. Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
That's another story.
You don't even know, man. But then I don't know, I just started singing a lot, I guess. Singing wise and writing wise, it's always been like Justin Pierre from Motion City Soundtrack. I've always been like really looked up to him. Ben Gabriel, like I said before, from Death Cab for Cutie and Postal Service. I love him to death. He's my favorite writers.
All pretty deep lyrics too.
Yeah, that's what I like about that. I'm a big time reader, so like
it's
going toward that was just
Gotcha.
incredible.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, I guess that we're on the topic of the feel and everything, do y'all have a specific track that y'all enjoy playing / like developing the most so far with the shows that you've played and everything like that? Is there a specific song that you enjoy playing more than others, or?
I think that's different for all three of us.
Well,
we all have like
give me all a different answer then.
For me personally, it's the 2 newest songs that we started writing. Those ones, we haven't recorded them yet, but we will, and I'll be able to listen to them soon.
Gotcha.
Those 2 songs for me really fit more of like the vibe where I'm coming from and where I feel like we're coming from now that we're a little bit older and a little bit more mature.
Kind of settling into y'all's own skin type. Feel as a group.
It's kind of like definitely for me tying myself into the band and imprinting my own mark on it.
Okay.
But I also feel like with the way that we all work with each other, the songwriting comes more naturally.
Nice.
And it's really nice just to play like those 2 in particular. Like I love those 2 songs. The rest of the set's cool too. But those 2 songs, like,
yeah. Anyway, that's the question. What do you like? What songs do you personally like or enjoy? Playing like as of now, type thing.
True that. I enjoy playing. We call it the Stalker song, but it's.
We can find a better name for it.
What is it called? What's the actual name of it?
Just haven't named it. Like, so
Okay,
what's the song called?
Okay,
so
Untitled.
Stalker song. It's what do you call it? It's one of our newest ones, but I really enjoy playing that one. On the drums, it's really colorful, and also playing our song Violet. It's just I get to play all over my drum set versus just a tiny little part that I usually get to play, but they're very, very fun.
Nice.
Exhilarating.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go with the Stalker song.
It's the same on that one.
yeah.
So for what reason? Because she obviously has a different reason. So what?
Honestly, it's for multiple reasons. Definitely both of theirs. I mean, it's fun to play. I like that Evan helped create it. I mean, I love writing with Evan and Ailey. It's like, it just fits really well. But I guess lyrically I liked it a lot too. I know in our previous EP, Somewhere We Could Stay, it was more of it wasn't as, I didn't write as much about myself. I wrote it more like towards people. Because if you listen through it, the whole thing is about just like self-doubt and like trying to get over that and abuse and that kind
when
of
I
stuff.
heard the EP, I got that general like feel of it, and I dug it. But so okay, yeah. So it confirms to me what I heard. It was what I was hearing.
But with that one, that's the newest song we wrote all together, and I just like it a lot. It definitely has to. It's definitely a lot more personal.
Okay.
So I definitely feel it a lot more.
Which is always a plus.
Mhm.
When you're performing, if it
last
feels
year
more
it's
Get
been
personal.
into
so
it, yeah.
so weird that like I think I just needed that song to come out.
Yeah.
So it feels great to have it.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
as
just fun to play live. Everyone loves it too.
Yeah.
It goes
And
crazy.
anybody, I think, as a writer,
Right.
as whether you're writing lyrics or poems or just anything, if it's personal, it just feels so good to
Mhm.
come in.
It's honestly just a freaking exhilarating feeling to get that. It's
Yeah.
just another expression, another
Yeah.
way to get stuff out.
So, what is a memorable story that y'all have thus far? It can be anything from like a show to a moment that y'all had. It can be funny, it can be scary, it can be serious. The people that I've had on so far, I've gotten a bunch of different things. So, what is a memorable moment, I guess, for each one of you, I guess, in Benji?
putting us on the spot. Putting us on the spot. My memory sucks.
Man, so we're all friends like outside of this band. So
I would hope so.
Man.
Yeah.
There's so many crazy
So I guess like
things.
tied to Benji, what's the most memorable moment I guess for each one of you?
I think tied to Benji, it was pre-Benji. Like
Okay.
when me and Christian were coming up with the idea and like
Benji
he was
BC.
talking to me about it, yeah. And we were still like working on this other project. Me and Christian would record music a lot at my house.
Okay.
And I still lived with my parents at the time because I was like just about to graduate high school, and we used to like pretty much be yelling at the top of our lungs. And my dad used to come in and fuck with us all the time and be like, "What the fuck are y'all doing?" And then like at the end of the night, I'd show him a track and he'd be like, "Oh wow, that's actually pretty sick."
Yeah.
But like, he used to fuck with Christian so much. And like, it was probably like one of my favorite parts of Christian coming over, just like seeing what my dad would say. But at the same time, it's just like one thing that'll stick with me because earlier, like Christian said that he used to be tone deaf. That was during that period of him like getting over that.
Gotcha. The evolution of Christian.
As far as like me and Haley hanging out though, man, I can't even. We actually got our first tattoos together.
Nice.
Now that I think about that, yeah.
Nice.
Solidify it.
Yeah.
Solidify it.
Set it in skin, I should
Yes, set it
say. So Haley, I guess what is?
Well, my favorite memories, I think they're the most recent ones of us when we have shows outside of San Antonio. Like our road trips up to Austin and San Marcos are really, really fun. Like we sit in the car, we jam music, we just talk a bunch of chisme. It's awesome. It is
Nice.
legit the coolest times ever. I get to spend it with all my freaking friends, and we pack the car full. I can tell you, like I think the most memorable times is when I got pissed at Christian and Evan for just packing my car full of beer, like to the brim. I'm like, who the fuck is behind me? I can't really see. Yeah, it's fucking lit. And also, like our first show ever, we played having all of my, like having that as like my first cornerstone, and then to now having all of my gear fall off stage. That was legit the funniest thing ever. I was so mad, but now I just laugh about it because I'm like, what the hell? I was so stupid.
Memorable
But,
moment.
but yeah, those are some top tier moments.
Nice.
There's a couple. I guess it's not the most happiest one.
Yeah,
but
and then
one
it's to you. Like, you know, it's to you. Whatever you feel like.
I wouldn't call it like a shitty show whatsoever because I had a ton of fun. I think it was like last time we were in Austin. We played at the house show.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. We got there probably around like 5 or 6.
Oh wait,
It was an early show. Jesus. By the time we left, like my clothes were just drenched.
It was.
So we pretty much played like in a giant shed. It was awesome. It was fun. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They had really cool bands were there and everything.
Which most house shows you end up just drenched in sweat. So it's like a kind of common thing with house shows.
Yeah,
but see, it
Depending on
wasn't-
how packed it is, you know.
It wasn't populated to be drenched in sweat.
Oh, no.
There were people there. There was like a
It was
nice amount of people there.
sprinkled with people.
Okay.
But it was so damn hot.
It was
It's just
humid,
hot. Just
it was
the
like-
setting was hot. Is what you say? Okay.
It was like 1,000 degrees outside, plus humidity, so you just wanted to die.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there and I was just like, I think I was sitting on her car and I was watching a band and I was just smoking a cigarette and I was like, I can't smoke cigarettes right now. Like, I feel like my brain was just gonna like explode. Like,
Gotcha.
I remember I brought a Gatorade with me and I drank it,
Mhm.
and then I didn't realize this until the next day that when I came home I had another Gatorade with me. So I
was
think
it?
I stole someone's
It
Gatorade.
wasn't your Gatorade.
Oh, fucking interesting.
So I feel kind of bad about that. You're out there. I
Sorry for the
Gatorade.
Gatorades too. Got you.
Yeah.
So that would be your memorable moment.
That or I remember it was probably about a year and a half ago because they don't play anymore, sadly. But there's this really cool band called Variants, and they're from
Oh man.
Louisiana, and like we hit it
Right.
off with them like right away. Like they came over, and like we just had a lot of fun with them.
Yeah.
So pretty much any show like that where we played with them, or another band called Keeper. I'm actually wearing the shirt. Keeper.
Keeper,
Nice.
y'all out there,
They're
bro.
pretty cool.
Nice.
They're super fun. So I guess it's not like one memory, but it's just meeting all
Yeah,
these
just
people and stuff who have collective dreams and all that. It's really cool.
Okay, so I know you said that y'all are working on something currently. Besides, that, if you want to talk more about that, but what can we expect in the future from Benji? As far as shows, EPs, what do y'all got working on? What do you got coming up? Type thing.
Show wise, I think it's kind of funny. This is actually our first weekend off, like in I don't know how long.
2 months.
And a half.
Yeah, but we're after this, like we're right back at it, so
Nice,
it's
nice.
constant.
Nice.
But I guess because we're working on a new album right now, we're still kind of in the midst of like what's gonna be called. But it's pretty cool. We definitely have a theme for it. Like I said, for us last year, it's just been crazy. Not just for me, but for them too.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of shit happened,
Nice. Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be something about change, and not just in a bad way, but like in a positive way too. As you get older, I mean,
Yeah.
shit happens, things change, and you have to deal with it. So it's something we reflect a lot on. That, of course, it's going to be like a couple like relationship stuff and that.
Yeah.
Of course, but it's really cool. I think when we play later, we're going to play a couple tracks off it actually.
Nice.
Yeah,
Excited.
we're super
Excited.
stoked.
Stay tuned for the performance. So.
Anymore.
Those of you who
I guess musically, just expect it to be a little bit more raw, and hopefully,
Funky? A little more funky, little grooves.
more funk to it.
More grooves. That's what I want.
hopefully like a little bit more like fuzzed out,
Yeah.
and just a very nice sonic range where it kind of just brings you in.
Nice.
That's what I'm hoping for in recording, at least.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. Vocal-wise, there's so much more lyrics everywhere. It's constantly, never stops. And
Yeah.
guitar-wise, it just doesn't stop. And when there's a few seconds it does stop, it's just like space and just sounds amazing.
Nice. And I know the last track on the EP that y'all have. Do you remember the name of the track by chance?
Same year, it's the last one.
Basic. So at the end of that track, there's a small little like breakdown that y'all do.
Yeah.
Oh, that
And
little funky.
I fell in love with that. Honestly, I was jamming to it, and I was like, the song sounded amazing, and I'm this is exactly what happened. I'm in my car, I'm driving, and I'm listening to it. I was like, oh, this sounds really great, and then it happens, and I'm just like, where did this come from? This is awesome. Like it just like upped my excitement, like just in general. So just homage to you on that.
Thank you.
On
Thank
that.
We did our job, guys. We can go home. We did it.
Right.
The whole EP as a whole is awesome, but that song and that moment in that song really stood out to me, and it was just really awesome to hear that and get that reaction out of myself.
Help me out.
That's funny. The only reason like why we're all looking at each other like that is because like we've been playing that song for so long that part is just like, all right, here's that part again.
Oh, really?
It's a great part.
That's so funny. So okay, yeah, that's funny. So last question. I'm a big like album cover guy, and I just like to. I think I read too much into album covers sometimes, just because like it's so. Album cover is what you're gonna see from the band, and it's
Yeah,
it's what
the
catches
art,
your eye
yeah.
at first. So, is there any history behind the album cover that you have
Oh,
for
yeah.
the EP? So if you will explain.
Well, it's actually a picture of my family when we were little. I can't remember where we're at, but it's like my dad, my sister, me, and my brother. Child Haley, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was that. I really liked it. She showed me a picture when we were going through it, and like I said before, like the whole album, that EP is just about doubt and struggles and abuse and relationships and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
so it just seemed kind of fitting. Not that like your family. I love your family. but you have an amazing family.
No, but like it encompassed what.
Yeah,
what
then we
you
kind of
wanted.
edited around it, make it a little darker and that kind of stuff. So
Gotcha.
just make it well fit.
Yeah, that's awesome. If there's anything that you want to add before we go ahead and get to the performance.
Come watch us at Imagine next Friday.
Yeah.
Or
So-
at San Marcos next Saturday.
We have a
Imagine-
friend.
next Friday. They are on iTunes. They're on iTunes and Spotify. Their Instagram is out there too. I'm gonna put all that in the description below. So those of you who are checking this out, give them a follow, give them a listen, check them out. They're awesome.
You good?
Excellent.
Alright. So weird. I put my glasses on. Okay.
like the love you gave. And there's days I wish I didn't have your pain. Hey, remember when we caught from a parking lot? I've got this kid sound of her fucking car. I don't talk that much, I haven't learned to trust. I fucked with love and lust, it's all because of you. Cause of you.
Benji, guys. Thank y'all for viewing. Thank y'all for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, give him a follow. Spotify, iTunes. Till next time, guys. This is JED Adventures.
Low key, I'm on my third Red Bull this morning. It's
I don't drink energy drinks.
Okay.
I'm a healthy individual.
But listen, the only reason why I've had my third Red Bull is because at the party I was at last night, they had free Red Bulls. So I stole like 12 Red Bulls.
Why would you do this to yourself?
I mean, that's the only thing you have to.
You're setting yourself up for failure. That's
It's like,
all I'm
don't want to
saying.
drink liquor? Drink Red Bull.
That's bad. That's very bad.
That's a whole other kind of buzz once you get past number 6.
Listen, Woody. We're in for another joke.
I fucking hate y'all.
Alright. Ready?